Hello and welcome everybody. This is Julie. I'm on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. This particular day I had all my paints mixed up. I had got some paints left over from a silicone pour that I did, that I added silicone to some of the paints. So I was just literally wanted a day where I was just doing several different techniques to basically highlight all the different techniques that are possible in acrylic fluid art. So I've just included a few here to give you some idea of the different techniques. I'll actually jump in when I feel I need to, but this was a day that I just spent not actually talking while I was creating. I just was in the zone and wanted to actually do it for my own art therapy. So this very first one was, I've done this many times, a classic dip technique on the wax-proof paper. Well, it's actually called waterproof craft paper that I get from Kmart here in Australia. Now, some of these paints that I was adding had a few drops of silicone in them, and many of them didn't, but you will see that it just created a whole different effect in the dip with silicone. Be interesting to see whether you like it or not. So watch on and I will jump in if I need to. Yeah, I did the dip and slide. The colours were actually looking beautiful that were peeking out there. And it was gorgeous colour combo. But as you see, there were like little holes from the silicone. And it was gorgeous, but I just didn't like those little holes. And of course, when I added heat, it brought up, the cells really. So it sort of distorted the lovely feathery effect that I get from these dips. So just interesting to see what you think. Do you like it with the little cells in? It dried and the cells dried, but as I always explain, it's so much harder to varnish or resin your canvas if you've got silicone oil in there. Can be done, you just have to make sure you really clean it off well. But yeah, it was a little bit of a different colour combo. But as I said, I enjoyed doing it. Please wait on for my next video. The technique again is awesome. The next one is a flip cup pour. Again, it had some silicone in the paints. That was, I'd loaded that cups up for a flip cup pour that I did on a bigger piece, and I had an extra cup of paint left over, so I thought, I'll do it on that nice little oval, a flip, and what do you call those when you swipe the cup? A flip and lip. I loved it at this point, and I loved the burping out of the colours, created a different effect. But if it stayed exactly like this, I would have been over the moon. But again, the silicone decided to take over and create cells all the way through it. So what I did here was actually just put a bit of the Amsterdam white with Australian Floetrol to have a look at those gorgeous lacy cells. But again, would have been happy if it stayed like this, but the whole lot just suddenly, as it was drying, as you will see, it dried absolutely cell city everywhere. So again, it was different, again, because it's been a long time since I added silicone to my paints, but nice going back there. It was fun to explore again, but interesting to know what you think. Wait on for my next abstract piece and tell me what you think of that one.
easy rider on the highway, station wagon going slow, windows open, you are basking in the bluegrass radio. It is easy now to see you with your hand out on the wind. I keep this folded at the corner so that I could not forget. Folded at the corner so that I could not forget. Pink azaleas by your driveway shade our leisurely goodbyes. In your terry cotton sweater, with your arms sweeping the sky, it was then I had a knowing. You were waving till the bend. I keep this folded at the corner so that I could not forget. Folded at the corner so that I could not forget. And your shadow to the coast, past the surf and whitewashed beaches, under cypress trees and smoke, carved like lovers into driftwood. On this moment I depend. I keep this